complications to it, but we need to figure out how to get the water leak stopped, even though it's possibly Sooner Utilities, and make sure that we have our fire hydrants all working.
Would we have a fire hydrant? Mike, do you know if we have any fire hydrants that would be tied into Sooner Utilities? I'm not aware of any.
That one specifically, we're not, I don't think it's theirs. We are gonna dig that up, I believe, this week to figure out what's going on there.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I have a question for Mike.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you find out why the OG&E light pole was leaking water?
I'm sorry.
There's a light pole on Vicky that has water coming out the bottom of it.
Do you know the location? I'm sorry, I don't. That one I haven't heard about yet.
We'll get it to you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have anything else, Dean?
And I believe that there's also just a couple of other fire hydrants that's out of service. If we can work on getting those back up going. And I think the one I'm thinking of is over on Bismarck. But thank you.
I had asked the fire, is the fire chief here? I had asked him at one time, Chief, I had asked one time, I don't remember if it's you or Z, about painting of
they were going to start experimenting with it and seeing how far a gallon will go.
Is that something like a private citizen, if they wanted to paint their fire hydrant, could we give them?
We asked that it be a certain brand, certain enamel that holds up its color and it's not chipping away after a week.
Okay.
So we can get, if someone is interested, we can give them that information, but it's pretty expensive.
Maybe we can put that in the water bill, just a note in the water bill, if you want to paint your fire hydrant, this is what you use, something along that lines.
We can do that.
All right,
Yes, sir.
very good. Yeah. Floyd Brown, come up and state your name and address.
Floyd Brown, 4021 Thomas Drive. I talked to the chief about painting the fire hydrants. We were going to do it as a proposal for the city citizens to volunteer to paint all the fire hydrants. But
Cool.
There's 800 of them.
800 fire hydrants?
Yeah. So we talked, and we don't have the budget for the paint right now, correct?
That's something that we can work internally.
Yeah. So we thought about maybe doing like a ward each year. You know,
Maybe we could get some neighborhood watches involved. Where's Ron? Hi, Ron.
yeah.
Maybe we could get some neighborhood watches involved in this and help us out.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna, neighborhood watches, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, different groups, organizations kind of come together. My original idea is to have it all done in one day. We would all go out with these different groups. But that was before we talked about the 800.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit much, but I like the idea, and yeah, let's look into that.
Okay. And so the gallon that he gave me, I'm gonna use that to see how long it takes, how far a gallon goes. So,
Keep me up to speed on that, will you?
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Who has a question? Ron? Yes, sir. Ron McCall, state your name, please. This is the president of Dan Wall Neighborhood Association. Watch. Hello.
Association. Hi, Ron McCall, 3403 South Woodford, Del City, Oklahoma. Something to keep in mind on the water hydrants too is occasionally the police department has young juveniles who are needing to do some community service work.
Ooh, hey, you know what? Shine, the Shine program. That's excellent. Make a note of that.
I want to
will
keep that one in mind too.
you? Very good. Man, we're just doing so good tonight. All right, let's see. I've got a couple of little things I'd like to ask the acting city manager. Oliver Park is a park that the council has designated. Has it been about a year? Maybe year and a half? Where are we at on that, JD?
So, as of right now, we were nowhere until about a week ago. Brittany and I are working on getting some items in that park because of its shape and size, we're looking to do something a little bit different.
Very small.
Instead of doing traditional park benches, we're looking at maybe doing park swings. So there's one that's good for two people, just like front porch style swings or something neat like that. Ordering the signage and then getting a couple of little playthings that we can get. We are in the process of making a large potential playground order, and if we put that in there, then they'll be purchased with that, and then hopefully we can get them done by this summer.
Okay, very good. All right, let's move on. Item number 5 is city manager's report.
Couple of things for each of you. Number one, now that Representative Fugate is here, he has made the wonderful offer to do a house floor recognition for our city's 75th anniversary. Anything special you want to say about that while we're... Awesome. And you know us, we have to go big or go home. So for this 75th anniversary, Brittany and I have a lot of ideas, and we hope to bring those to you very soon. Look at her smiling, going, oh, great, another project. But we are pretty excited about it, so we'll have more to come soon. I do want to let you all know that our annual audit is well underway. The auditors have met with our council, myself, and a lot of staff members to make sure that they are good to go. And final preparations on the audit release are forthcoming. Melissa, is that correct? Okay. I am in the process of finishing the payroll budgeting side of things. Once the payroll budgeting is done, then we'll move on to special projects and supplies and materials. I'm hoping to have an update for all of you by the first week of May. 3 other things we've got going. We are hiring for our summer hours at Eagle Harbor. If anyone's got a young kiddo that would love to come work part-time at our pool, we encourage you to apply. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. How else can I sell that? Anyway, but yes, if you all have folks that would be interested in that, please let everyone know that we do have part-time positions opening for the pool this year. So please, please, please have your kiddos come apply.
What's the age limit on that?
15, 16?
16?
Okay.
Yeah, and as it stands right now, there is a sense of urgency because at the rate we're going, we might not be able to open the pool, but for very limited hours due to the limited staff.
Till we get some more?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We did get an update from ODOT on the traffic light situation at 15th and Vicky, and Hatfield to let you pronounce the word for me. They're waiting for the louvers. Okay, cool. I couldn't have gotten that one right. They're waiting for the louvers to come in before we can switch them back from the blinking lights to where they need to be. So those are currently on back order, but they are working on it. So in the meantime, we're still doing the stop and go situation there. And last but not least, I am recommending a town hall discussion sometime in the very, very distant, or not too distant future, I guess, in this case. There are 2 big things coming up that we would like to address that we would love to have a town hall meeting. The first one being about discussions of what to do for improving our streets. In the past, we have had multiple lists given to us, different items from the council members given to us. We would love to actually have a town meeting to discuss and prioritize those streets so that we can actually have a plan put together. So each time the Public Works Department brings either funding or special grants or whatever we have up and coming, they can go in the order of prioritization. And in addition to that, we are getting closer and closer to awarding our electronic meter reading ITB. That should be coming up in 2 weeks or 4, Mr. Hatfield? Okay. When that happens, we will be moving very, very quickly. A communications plan will be going out explaining what that will look like with these electronic meter readers, but I want to make sure everyone is aware that it's coming, and we would love to do a town hall meeting to make sure everyone knows what it means moving from analog to digital meters and the processes that will take place during that transition time. So those are the 2 requests that I have for our council for town hall meetings in the near future.
Okay, if you'll indulge me just a moment, I'm going to backtrack and talk about Coach Lenny Hatchett came to my office today and brought me this poster. I don't know if you guys can see it out there. Whoa. I intend to get it framed. I've got the last one hanging on my office wall. I'm going to get this one framed. And I just want to say, again, congratulations to our guys, the 2023 5A state champions. And Mr. Fugate had a citation presented to the guys at the State House of Representatives. That was 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And the guys showed up and just looked magnificent there. It was a great program, and thank you for that, Andy. Okay, moving on. City Clerk's report.
Yes, we received our sales tax for the month, and our net sales tax has increased $102,533.03. That's 10.46%. Our used sales tax has increased $54,780.89. That's 41.28%. And our tobacco tax has decreased right at $500. That's 6.81%. And our hotel motel tax has increased $1,562.97. That's 11.88%. And overall, we are on track. Our net growth overall is 15.10%. So we're on track.
Very good. All right. Moving on to item number 6, the consent docket. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the following item by unanimous consent with one motion. Item A is a budget amendment, approved budget amendment for fiscal year 2022-2023 as shown in Exhibit A to the council agenda. Item B is minutes of the April 3, 2023 regular meeting of council. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of council of April 3, 2023. Item C is a blanket purchase order for the Fleet Maintenance Division. Approved blanket purchase order for Fleet Maintenance Division for fiscal year 2022-2023 under account number 01518-218 as follows. Advance Auto Parts, $500. AutoZone, $500. Napa Auto, $500. O'Reilly's Auto, $500. And XL Parts, $500 for a total of $2,500. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the consent dockets, items A, B, and C.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Item number 7 is a presentation from Tinker Air Force Base of the Air Show. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve receiving a presentation from Tinker Air Force Base regarding their annual air show to be held July 1st and 2nd, 2023. A traditional celebration, this year's 2-day event will feature the Blue Angels and many more air acts. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, we receive the presentation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The presentation is approved. Sir, if you would approach the podium and introduce yourself to the city clerk.
Good afternoon, good evening, my name is Chris Moeller. I'm with the Tinker Air Force Base Air Show. We have been since 2006. On July 1st and July 2nd, we'll be bringing the air show back to the area, as you know. The Blue Angels will be our headliner. We are also going to be having the F-35 demonstration team. This is the first time we've ever had the actual demonstration team. This is a new outfit. We also have the Wings of Blue, that's the Air Force Academy parachute team. There'll be a C-17 demonstration, we believe there's a CV-22 demonstration, a B-2 demonstration, and then there will be a number of non-military air acts, such as Matt Yonkin, he flies a Beech 18. There's going to be a number of Jelly Bellies coming back. That's the comedy air act. Tor with their Pearl Harbor reenactment. We anticipate some 80,000+ people a day will attend the air show. As you all know, the air show is free to attend, free to park, and free to ride the shuttles. Obviously, it impacts you all on Sooner Road in terms of that kind of traffic. I know that there's a collaborative effort between police and fire with Oklahoma City. I believe Midwest City, I believe Del City's involved in that. Obviously, all the cops are going to be there, as well as fire department are going to be supporting that as well. We have presented a sponsorship proposal to the Chamber of Commerce. I believe the Chamber is once again for Del City going to be a sponsor of the air show. I've given some information to Mr. Hawk in case the city would like to jump in on that, so you all can come and be in our VIP chalet area, which is pretty nice. The Aviators reception will be on Friday night, June 30th. At the Aviators reception at the Reed Center, they will be having all of the sponsors as well as all of the pilots. We're thanking the pilots for coming to the air show, and all of the Tinker Military Command will be at that. So it's a very prestigious event on Friday, June the 30th. And This year, we'll be hosting a very large STEM city. We've literally emptied out one of the major hangars where they typically are stripping down bombers and repairing those, and we're going to be filling it up with all kinds of STEM-related activities for children ages pre-K through high school, so we're excited to bring that. In fact, this year's theme is STEM Takes Flight, because STEM has become so much more important in terms of, particularly to a lot of these contractors like Boeing, Pratt Whitney, Northrop Grumman, many of the contractors who are also big sponsors of the air show. My role with the air show is I'm the non-federal entity coordinator. We go out and we raise a lot of money to pay for a lot of the assets that legally Tinker cannot pay for, particularly the non-appropriated funding assets. We gift them to the Air Force so that they can help make the air show free. And it also provides a lot of the air acts, such as the non-military air acts that come. We pay for all of those. Been working with a couple of your hotels. Candlewood and Spring Hill are sponsoring many of the air acts are going to be staying in your hotels. So your hotels, along with 3 more across the highway, are going to be sponsoring pretty much most of the pilots except for the Blue Angels. And so they're going to be staying in this particular area. So that should drive some more heads and beds as we promote your hotels along with our Midwest City hotels and bring a lot of the traffic to come to this area and stay. You can anticipate that 29th Street will be its usual craziness along with Douglas, because in addition to the 80,000, 90,000 people at the air show, there's going to probably be another 40,000 or 50,000 up and down 29th Street, and another 20,000 or 30,000 up and down Douglas who watch the show from outside the gates. In the 2017 and 2019, we closed the gates on Saturday. 2019 was the first year we closed the gates early on Sunday. Since we did not have a 2021 air show, we anticipate the gates will close both Saturday and Sunday. So for anybody who intends to go, we encourage them to get there early. I might make a suggestion, Mr. Hawk, that if you want to promote the air show, to let your citizens know if they plan to go early. Get there early. They can enter off, I believe they're Sociegate, but then also to the Liberator, Lancer. They'll be published on the air show website, but the air show website that we promote is tinkerairshow.org, tinkerairshow.org. That will have all of the information for the public so it can answer all their questions, what to bring, particularly what not to bring onto the base, because we don't want them bringing it all the way up to the gate, and then they can say, no, you can't bring that in here, including Grandpa's pocket knife, which never fails. Leave your pocket knives at home, Grandpa. And so anyway, so we try to get as much information out there in advance to make it as easy as possible. Being July 1st and 2nd, it's going to be hot, so we're trying to help people understand what to wear, how to prepare. A lot of our publicity and a lot of our partners we work with, including the cities and the chambers, is to help educate the public on how to make it as enjoyable an experience as possible. If you can imagine getting an OU-sized football crowd into Tinker Air Force Base for an air show, and they're not used to going there and being prepared, and we're doing it 2 days in a row, it's quite a task. So we appreciate the city's support, and if you do have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
I just want to say I'm really excited for this, so I'm glad that it's back. Been to air shows since I was a kid, and this is one of my favorites, so.
Thank you very much. Well, Mr. Hawk, if you're interested in talking about becoming a community partner, you have my information, sir. Mr. Mayor, council members, thank you all very much. We look forward to seeing you at the air show.
Thank you for coming out.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Yeah. Move on to item number 8, monthly update from the fire chief. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve receiving a monthly update from the fire chief. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve a monthly update from Fire Chief Purcell.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Motion is approved. Chief, the podium is yours.
Good evening. As JD mentioned earlier, we had a crew up in Logan County a couple weeks ago, and we've got a crew in Logan County again this evening. So that's kind of
More
listening
fires.
in on what's going on. It sounds like they got a pretty good handle on it, but We sent a brush bumper and some guys. It's part of the Oklahoma County Task Force, so we anticipate them being up there quite a while tonight. March was pretty busy for us. It was our busiest month so far this year. 368 calls for service, including a couple of structure fires. One of them was actually in the restaurant, Long John Silver's. The other one started on the outside of the Garage Burgers and managed to keep it on the outside storage facility, but they did have a little bit of heat and smoke on the inside, so they were shut down just for a little bit. So our fire loss was $166,000, but our fire save was about $4,599,000. So a pretty good significant fire save last month. Our total number of calls were up about 0.5%. Like I said, we're starting to see an uptick in our calls. Our EMS calls are down 0.8%. Mutual aid, we've been busy providing mutual aid. So for 3 months, we've given mutual aid 14 times and received it 4 times. Thursday was our busiest day last month, and the 9 to 10 p.m. time frame for some reason was our busiest. Like I mentioned, we did provide assistance up in Logan County. It was designated as a reimbursable incident. It's called a FMAG, Fire Management Assistance Grant, and we'll be eligible for 75% reimbursement for our personnel and equipment used. So we'll be getting that check probably in about 4 years. So just letting you know.
That's about right.
We were pretty busy with quite a few public PR events. We went to Orville Ray Towers, did an emergency preparedness presentation, both for fire safety and spring storm safety. Of course, we attended the Better with Age event. Always a good turnout for that. We are, like as just now mentioned, we are going to be assisting Tinker with their air show. We'll be sending the engine company out both days. So we're already in the planning stages of recalling personnel for that, as well as working on the Armed Forces Day parade, the incident action plan for it, and ramping up staffing for that. This week, actually on Wednesday, I'll be attending a full-scale exercise on Tinker in preparation for that. Pafford, they were pretty busy, just as much as we were. On their priority 1 responses, they're at 5 minutes, 46 seconds, so still very well under the criteria was set for priority 1 calls. And kind of related to what's going on in Logan County, Oklahoma County is kind of a weird deal. We have 4 different levels of drought in Oklahoma County. It's all the way from what Del City is abnormally dry, all the way to a severe drought on the northwest side of the county. So we're a little bit better condition on this side. We've had a little bit more rain than our partners up northwest side, Piedmont and Edmond, northwest Oklahoma City. So we anticipate, unless we get some rain, we're going to be doing quite a bit of assistance out west. Other than that, that's all we got. We're staying busy, and if there's anything else, I'll leave it with y'all.
Chief, you want to give them a quick update on the stuff that you worked on for Oklahoma County and Logan County on that Friday with all the big fires?
Myself and Major Fernandez, he was, we were the task force leaders for that group. He chauffeured me around and kept me out of trouble, but we coordinated the assets that were sent from Oklahoma County, Midwest City, Tinker, Nakoma Park, Nichols Hills, Bethany, War Acres, and I think I'm missing a group, Nakoma Park. So we were out there, as well as Edmond was busy in that and stuff they had going on in their city. Out west or out east, Luther was hooked up. So pretty much it was an all hands on deck throughout all central Oklahoma for that event. But it's something that we just participate in and try to keep the guys safe. That's the whole purpose of the task force, accountability and tracking those guys.
So I'll brag on him because it's what I do. We did receive kudos on Chief Purcell about how amazing he was handling the resources and taking care of people. So I just want to commend you always for taking care of Del City, all of our mutual aid partners, and always making us look good. I really appreciate it.
You bet. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Chief. Move on to item number 9, discussion only, Annual Armed Forces Day and Shriners Parade. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny holding a discussion regarding the 2023 Armed Forces Day and Shriners Parade. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, we open the discussion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. The discussion is now open. Could someone in the sound, turn the sound down just a bit? It's rattling the speakers. Okay.
Good evening. How are you all? So we are really excited about the parade this year. We have made a few changes. I'm going to cover kind of the public safety aspect of how that's going to look. Brittany's going to cover the kind of the festivities and the plans that we have for the event. So the first thing and the most notable thing that you guys will notice this year is we have shortened the parade route, which normally it has traditionally started at I-40. We've moved it down to about 17th Street, so just in front of Dell City High School. The idea behind that was twofold. First, obviously, to improve the safety of the spectators and the attendees of the parade, but also to improve traffic flow through the city. Currently, the way the parade is designated, the way it's laid out, people can only go on 44th or Reno to get to the east or west side of the city, so this will improve traffic flow for them as well. The other thing that we will notice is, and this, we got a lot of feedback from this last year for attendees, is that we did not have clearly identifiable volunteers. So the city is purchasing shirts that all of our city volunteers or city employees will have, and they will actually use these for all city events for the remainder of the year. So we'll do new ones each and every year. The other thing is road closures. So as we have done in the past couple of years, some side roads will begin closing as early as 8 o'clock that morning so we can begin securing the parade route, but the majority of the parade route will close at 9 a.m. So we encourage people to get there early to get a seat if they have a preferred area they like to be at. The other thing that we are changing this year is we will not be immediately opening the parade route following the conclusion of the parade, again, as a safety precaution for pedestrians that are crossing the street and pedestrians trying to get back to their vehicles, especially kids. The last thing that I have on this public safety side that we identified, if you guys remember last year how mercilessly hot it was, we are going to be putting in water stations throughout the parade route, and we've received a donation from Walmart for water, and so we'll be having people handing that out for anybody that may need it, even though we don't know for sure what the weather's going to be yet. So, and then like I said, Brittany's going to cover all of the festivity side of how it's going to go this year.
Okay, so just like last year, opening ceremony will begin at 9:45. We will have the national anthem at that time, and then immediately following the national anthem, we are getting the Tulsa Warbirds back, so the flyover will begin. It will take the same path as last year, so everyone in the parade route will be able to see the Warbirds. We will only have one main MC grandstand location, and that will be directly in front of the high school. The parade begins promptly at 10. Some of the highlighted features of the parade is the flyover by the Warbirds. Grand Marshal Gordon Wheeler, who we are so excited about, and Gordon is so very honored to be a part of this parade. We love him. We are going to have the state championship basketball team, Dell City High School. They will be in the parade, as well as Dell City ROTC and the marching band. We will have the United States 77th Army Band, Thunder Drummers and Thunder Girls, and we will have princesses and superheroes. Those are just a few. We want to thank Parker Brothers for sponsoring a new banner. So we actually purchased 7 banners. We will probably only put 1 in use this year, and it will be the welcome banner that will be walked throughout the route. We also purchased a banner for each branch of the military because we are anticipating that this parade is just going to grow more every single year, and we will have heavy presence from each branch, and we'll be able to separate them and give them that special recognition. Sunny Lane Funeral Home and HTO are both sponsoring the volunteer lunch following the parade, so we want to thank them for sure. We are taking entry applications until Friday, April 28th. So if you know anyone who still needs to get theirs in, please make sure it's done before that time. And then Cowden and I just want to thank you for the budget that was allocated and give you an update. So far, we have been able to purchase these shirts, and again, they'll be used over and over. We've been able to pay for the flyover, social media presence, different entertainment entries. Going back to the water stations that he's talking about, we actually got city-branded canopies that will be along the parade route. They'll be red 10-by-10 canopies with a city seal that says City of Del City, so it'll be easily identifiable that that's where you'll get water from. We got decorations and different marketing material. We got council new magnets to put on their vehicles. We got the banners for 29th and Sooner, and that will be here the beginning of next week. And then we also bought signs that will go out that Monday prior to the parade, letting everyone know that it'll be that Saturday. So now we will open it up to questions if you all have any questions about where we're at so far.
So just to remind everybody in the audience and at home, the parade is at what date, what time?
Saturday, May 6th.
Starting at 9:45 a.m.
Yes, but road
Being
closures
seven.
will start at 9, so you need to be in place prior to then.
How much delay are you gonna have? You said you were gonna delay after the parade is over.
We've never really done it that way. Traditionally, we've always followed behind.
Yep.
But it was something that we really noticed. A lot of kids were running back and forth, and so we're just going to kind of keep it contained. But I wouldn't say no more than 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Who are our MCs for the event?
It is Mike Glover and Jordan Daphnis. They're both from Channel 9. And we are starting to push this week the different highlights of the parade, the MCs, the entries, that kind of thing, to try and build that excitement like we did last year.
Ms. Barrett, in the past, I've heard that we might be not doing any porta potties for the parade at all. So the one concern I have is for all the parade entrants who have to get there early and probably, in the 8 o'clock or 4, that they might be trapped in that line and so forth. Can we consider just a couple, somewhere around where the parade entrance would be?
We can.
So as part of that, just instantly started thinking about, is there going to be a designated entrance for all the floods or all of the floats?
Yes, so Del City High School has been gracious enough to allow us to use their east parking lot in front of the stadium for lineup this year. So everybody will come north out onto 17th, west, and then out onto Sunny Lane. So the designated entrance will actually be off of Hannah and 15th. And we have purchased signs that we'll be able to use regularly that will identify where that's at so people can enter.
Okay. And then are we going to ensure that that road is, people are going to be bringing trailers through there?
Sure,
So just kind
yeah.
of some guys sitting there to make
So
sure.
we know there's a few entries that are going to have to accommodate that, and we have some alternate spots for them.
Cool.
Will we have EMS or some type of an emergency in case somebody has a heart attack or a child has a skint knee?
So Chief Purcell can probably speak on this better than I can. However, I know that he will have his ATV out. I believe Pafford brings theirs as well. We will have ours. We have a much bigger presence plan than we normally do in terms of security and response, and so we're working with them on an incident command just to be able to respond to any type of incident that may come up.
And that's also one of the benefits of shortening the route, right?
Correct.
is We're a lot more condensed.
We're a lot more condensed, which means more officers in a smaller space, more paramedics, more firefighters in a small space, easier to respond to.
What kind of response are you seeing from the neighborhood watches for volunteers to help man some of the points? Are they starting to show up or
Yes, I know for sure we've received some volunteers from Del North. I'll have to talk to Ron afterwards and see if he's going to give me any volunteers this year. He's saying yes. He's always reliable. But generally, we always have 15 to 20 volunteers from our neighborhood watch groups, as well as their own entries into the parade.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Move on to item number 10. Welcome to Del City Median, located at Sooner Road and Reno Avenue. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny holding a discussion regarding repair and upgrade to the Welcome to Del City Median located at Sooner Road and Reno Avenue. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve holding a discussion for the Welcome to Del City median.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. We are now in discussion. Who is going to be leading the charge on that discussion? Is it you, Floyd? I notice we've got some photos here. One of a Dale City welcome sign and one of a East Dale City welcome sign.
Parks and Beautification Committee today. My name's Floyd Brown. And you can see in the first little poster there the photo of the Midwest City Welcomes area. And then sadly, the second one is the Dale City Welcome area. It's just in disrepair and we just need to upgrade it. And the last one is the suggestion of the things that we do to repair that median. I can go over the items. The first is to replace the narrow island cap. It needs a concrete cap replaced there.
Curb, yeah.
Yeah, curb that's more than just a curb. It's a kind of a small little island that heavy trucks and stuff can go over by accident and not damage it too much. And then there's a drain there. You can see in item number 2. That was put in a long time ago, I guess during the railroad tracks. And it's about 3 or 4 feet below the surface of the land there. And so that needs to be raised up to kind of a level with the ground surrounding that. It has a metal drain cap to prevent things from going into it. That needs to be taken off. A 4x4 concrete box stacked on top of the old drain to raise it to ground level, and then that metal drain could be placed back on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, are anticipating that there'll be a lot of foot traffic there in the future, and that'll prevent people from falling in a big hole. So, and then at the other end, the east end of the island is only partially there. There's a curb. As the railroad tracks went through there, we only needed so much curbing there. But now that the tracks are gone, we need to put another large piece of concrete there. And in anticipation to that being a bike trail walking path, I would suggest that we make it about 10 to 12 feet wide so that people can cross the street safely there. With and also with that concrete being industrial strength for trucks to run over that too, as it happens. And then on each side of it, it should be sloped to the level of the highway so that wheelchairs or bikes can get across that nicely. And then I'd like to have all that painted for the bright yellow, which makes traffic visible to traffic because of the high traffic area on all the curbing and the end concrete caps. And for beautification, put 3 redbud trees on that back on the east side of the island. And there'll need to be some topsoil brought in to help the drain get up to level of the surrounding grass. And it's also what it grows best there is sandburrs. So we need to have that sprayed and fertilized to get the Bermuda going so it'll look nice. And I think I think they may have completed the sprinkler system there. It's not a sprinkler system, but it's access to a water hose for the flower bed. And that could also be used to water those 3 redbud trees to help them get started over the next couple of years. So.
Yep.
So just trying to, we just like to make that more beautiful so we can, when people come into Del City, they'll have a high opinion of us.
You know, Floyd, I've seen photographers that could make the honoriest child look angelic. Somebody has a real eye for capturing the nastiness of that welcome sign.
know,
There's a talent here that's hideous,
You know, it was,
and it's embarrassing.
I would like to take credit for that, but I would just think it was really easy to take that photo.
Well,
Is
that-
this,
that photo is very effective.
Yeah, it is. And then the neighborhood north has adopted that flower bed, so they're going to be planting a lot of new flowers in there, and they'll have a water system to take care of that. And Wendell Kluge here is heading up that group. And one thing, a related issue is that there is a bike trail, walking trail in Midwest City that goes along the railroad track from their Heritage Park. And they've concluded that or finished it to Midwest Boulevard. No, Air Depot, I'm sorry. And so, and then they've crossed the street, and now they're digging and making it, and the next stop the end stop for them will be at that corner. And so I know there's been some talk of making our path from Eagle Lake to meet up with theirs. And
Tie into that.
yeah, and so just a heads up that they're approaching, and hopefully we can get going on that too, so.
Okay, very good.
So-
Any questions?
So where the train tracks went across,
Right.
is that where you're looking at trying to do the sidewalk diagonally across the intersection? or
Well, it'd
would
be
you go-
straight across the
Or would you
median.
go north and south?
It'd be north and south,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then for all that space, it looks like it's having a tough time getting started with with all the gravel and no care that was put into taking out the tracks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and get that all dug out as well and put in new dirt and sod?
Right, that should be.
They've got a notation on there to add topsoil.
That was for the flower bed, so.
The
No,
whole
no,
thing.
that's for where the drain is like, so the top of the soil is here,
Yeah.
and the drain is down there. So we need the concrete in the drain to extend it up to this level and put the drain drill on top of it, and then fill in with dirt around it. But mostly the end of that should be all concrete because of the truck traffic and include the walking path and bike path.
would this be a good opportunity for us to look at modifying that median potentially? We've got so many trucks that do run over it. It's a difficult left-hand turn there on occasion. So would this be an opportunity for us to potentially
Back it over.
do something to make it not quite as,
If we're gonna put a new curb in, we could change the radius
Right.
on the
Yeah,
curb
change
to
the
make it
shape
more
of it.
truck-friendly. That would be something easily accomplished.
Right.
Just change the radius so they don't have to run over it,
Yeah,
so.
well,
it could be more of a, it tapers down. It could taper at both ends rather than being, that radius that's a fairly wide radius there. So,
Yeah.
yep, that seems like a good solution.
okay.
All right, I think you've got our attention here, and thank the beautification committee
Yes.
for bringing this to our attention, and I think we're probably gonna have to give instruction to the city manager to, let's get some ideas put together and cost and see what we can do with that. That's a very sore spot right there.
Okay.
So, yeah, it needs attention.
And thank you, Del North, for adopting that flower bed.
And underwriting all the repairs there. Thank you, Del North. To the people that don't know, Wendell Kluge sitting there in the yellow vest is the president of Del North Neighborhood Watch Association. That's why I keep pointing things at him. Thanks, Wendell. Let's move on to item number 11. Discussion, consideration, possible action to declare, deny the items listed in Exhibit A to the council agenda as surplus to the city's needs. Authorize final disposition of these items as approved by the acting city manager. Item number 11, surplus items. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to declare items listed in Exhibit A, the council agenda, as surplus to the city's needs. Authorize final disposition of these items as approved by the acting city manager.
Second.
I think he beat you there. Michael D. All right. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. City Attorney, we're going to move past item number 12 because the timing is not right, but would you be the timekeeper for that? And keep us on track so we can circle back to that at 7:30. The state law, I believe, requires that we do the induction of council members at precisely 7:30. It's Andy's fault. 5-minute warning, please. Thank you. Move on to item number 13. Middale School District School Resource Officer, renew SRO, Dale City High School, and a new SRO for Dale City Middle School. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny a contract with Middale School District to renew the contract to provide a school resource officer at Dale City High School and to provide a school resource officer at Dale City Middle School starting July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2024. Middale School District agrees to pay the city of Dale City $145,000, $145,000 for the contract period. The city of Dale City will pay the remaining balance of both officers' yearly salary, benefits, and other appropriate collective bargaining agreement items. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the contract with Middale School District to renew the contract to provide a school resource officer at Dale City High School and to provide a school resource officer at Dale City Middle School starting July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024. Middale School agrees to pay the City of Dale City $145,000 for the contract period. The City of Dale City will pay any remaining balances of both officers' yearly salary, benefits, and other appropriate collective bargaining agreement terms.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? You want to add anything to that, Chief? We've been needing this for some time. I'm glad to see this finally coming through. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Let's take the vote. Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. You got it. Move on to item number 14, invitation to bid number 216, a prefabricated pedestrian bridge.
Could we you went past it a little quickly. There should have been authorized mayor to endorse the same. If we could amend those motions.
Oh,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
SRO.
It's not on there.
You can
can we-
approve. You can approve it with the modifications. There is a contract that follows it, and it's in the materials.
Authorization for the mayor to endorse. Let's backtrack on that. Let's see, Kyle, you made the motion.
Yes, I will amend my motion
To
to
include-
include authorized mayor to endorse same.
And I'll amend my second to say the same.
Very good. Does that satisfy your requirements? Do what? All right, so it's modified with allow mayor to endorse same. Okay, Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We're still approved. All right, good catch on that oversight. All right, back to item number 14, invitation to bid number 216, prefabricated pedestrian bridge. Discussion, consideration, possible action to award or deny ITB number 0216, prefabricated pedestrian bridge to the lowest responsible bidder, Haskell Lemon, in the amount of $209,578. Authorize mayor to endorse same. The pedestrian bridge is part of ongoing improvements to Ray Trent Park funded by CDBG-CV funds. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve awarding ITB number 0216, prefabrication pedestrian bridge, the lowest responsible bidder, Haskell Lemon, in the amount of $209,578, and authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean,
Aye.
Councilman Finch,
Aye.
Councilman Gandy,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. The motion is carried, and it's my understanding this bridge is going to be on the north end of the park, and we'll be extending some trails down there. This is part of the new trail system. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'd also like to thank the CDBG CV funds. Thank them for their funds, I should say.
Yes, very good. Move on to item number 15. Invitation to bid number 0218, Eagle Lake Walking Trail and Parking Area. Correct your agenda item to say parking area. Thank you. Discussion, consideration, possible action to award or deny ITB number 0218, Eagle Lake Walking Trail and Parking Area for an amount of $551,200 with the lowest, most responsible bidder, Conley Paving Company. This project will be funded with the CDBG-CV funds. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we award ITB 0218 Eagle Lake Walking Trail and Parking Area for an amount of $551,200 with the lowest, most responsible bidder, Connolly Paving Company. This project will be funded with the CDBG-CV funds.
Second.
Also authorize
And
mayor to endorse.
authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
Okay. We've been waiting a long time for this. I'm glad to see this on the agenda, and we're finally going to get it. Eagle Lake, we're going to start with getting it out of diamond in the rough to a diamond.
So just a couple of things about the Eagle Lake. From what I've seen, Mr. Hatfield, we're doing the walking trails around it, but whenever they actually start doing the parking area, that means there's going to be limited entrance and exit ability for Eagle Lake for some time. That'll be happening right at the beginning of summer. Sorry about that, but better to take it all while we can and while the money is still good, right?
Will this improve the entrance there at the railroad tracks as well? Will this be will this kind of carry over into that at all? So up
The
to,
approach.
basically up to the railroad tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the estimated time that'll be down?
They have 90 days to complete the whole project, is that correct, according to our contract? Okay. And weather permitting and all those wonderful things.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to see it coming through. That gravel parking lot has been a washout problem for some time, and it's always rough and dusty. And this will solve all that, and Dell City will get to enjoy that for many years in the future. It's a good deal. All right, move on to, I'm sorry. You're right, we have a motion and a second. Let's take the vote.
Actually, can I make one more statement on it? It's just to make sure that we let our contractors know that it's imperative to be finished by August. So, Mike, we're just saying that we have to make sure that those contractors know that it absolutely has to be done by August. Yep.
Okay, very good. Let's take the vote. The motion improves and mayor to endorse same, right? Your motion improved?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Take the vote. Councilman Gandy?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Motion carries. That's a good one. On the next item, item 16, mutual cooperation agreement with Oklahoma County Bryant Avenue resurfacing. I'm going to read this and ask for a motion to reschedule this for the May 1st meeting. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny street repairs to be completed by Oklahoma County for the reconstruction of Bryant Avenue from Southeast 29th Street to Southeast 44th. Project will be a rebuild of the asphalt road in the amount of $145,858. I would entertain a motion to table this until May 1.
Make a motion, we table the item until May 1.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy?
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. This item is tabled until May 1 meeting. Item 17 is the 2022 Global Opioid Settlement received from the Oklahoma Attorney General's Office. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny participation in the 2022 Global Opioid Settlement pursuant to 74 Oklahoma Statute 30.5, including agreeing to the terms of the global settlements to release all claims against these entities and the permissible uses of monies received pursuant to the settlements for the opioid abatement, and designate J.D. Hawk and Melissa Jones as authorized representatives to sign the subdivision participation forms to finalize participation in these settlements. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve participation in the 2022 Global Opioid Settlement. Also to designate J.D. Hawk and Melissa Jones as authorized representatives to sign the subdivision participation forms to finalize participation in these settlements.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Item number 18, ordinance Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated franchise. And I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to ask for a continuance or till May 1. I'd like this to table this until May 1 meeting. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny ordinance number 1417, granting to Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated, a non-exclusive franchise for the installation, operation, and maintenance of a gas distribution system in the city of Del City, and the selling of gas therein for a term of 25 years. Authorize mayor to endorse same. I will now entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we table this item till May 1st.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. This item is tabled until the May 1st meeting. Item number 19 is resolution Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated franchise. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny resolution number 04172023A, calling and holding a special election in the city of Del City for the purpose of granting a non-exclusive franchise to Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated, a franchise for the installation, operation, and maintenance of a gas distribution system in the city of Del City, and the selling of gas therein for a term of 25 years. Authorize mayor to endorse same. I would entertain a motion to table this until the May 1st meeting.
Make a motion to table till the May 1st meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. It is tabled until May 1. Item number 20, proclamation call for a special election. Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated franchise. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny special election proclamation where the mayor of the city of Del City calls a special election to be held on August 8th, 2023 for the purpose of the election by registered qualified electors for granting a non-exclusive franchise to Oklahoma Natural Gas, a division of One Gas Incorporated, for their installation, operation, and maintenance of a gas distribution system in the city of Del City, and the selling of gas therein for a term of 25 years, and specifying polling places. Authorize mayor to endorse same. I would entertain a motion to table this until the May 1st council meeting.
Make a motion, we table item 20 until the May 1st council meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion is tabled until the May 1st council meeting. Is Is there any further council input? How are we doing on time? We're still quite a while. Let's go ahead and go to, I would entertain a motion to go to the Dale City Municipal Services Authority.
Make a motion that we recess to the Dale City Municipal Services Authority.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. We are now recessed to the City of Dale City Municipal Services Authority. Call the meeting to order. Melissa, would you call the roll?
Trustee Gandy,
Here.
Trustee Finch,
Here.
Trustee Dean,
Here.
and Chairman Eason.
Chairman is here. Is there anybody in the public that would like to address the Municipal Services Authority on non-agenda items? Seeing none, are there any trustees that would like to speak?
Do we have an update on our clarifier purchase? I just want to make sure that we're either got the ITB finished and bought, or we're making progress on that one.
So the RFQ has been completed by Public Works. We are waiting to hear back from Commissioner Bloomert's office on whether or not we received any portion of the ARPA requests that we have. We requested $250,000 up to $500,000, depending on what they could afford to cover up to half of the cost. So we're waiting to hear from that before we move forward to decide where the funding is coming from.
Was there any other sources for funding?
There was OWRB, but we were number 33 on the list. So unless the other 32 projects get funded and they still have money, we're calling that one as a long shot.
Okay, very good. Move on to item number 5, or item number 4 is manager's report. And do you have anything?
Just as the same thing on the last one of the analog to digital water meters, it's coming. I want to make sure it's documented in the meeting minutes that we've discussed it, and that town hall will be coming in the not too distant future.
Move on to item number 5, consent docket. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the following items by unanimous consent with one motion. Item A is minutes of the April 3rd, 2023 regular meeting of DCMSA. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of DCMSA of April 3rd, 2023. Item B is a blanket purchase order for Fleet Maintenance Division. Approve a blanket purchase order for Fleet Maintenance Division for fiscal year 2022-2023 under account 20-534-218 as follows. Advance Auto Parts, $500. TIFCO, $500, a total of $1,000. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve A and B as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries. Any further trust input?
And one more thing is I had a constituent ask about the bulk trash pickup. Can we make an announcement on that?
We don't have a contract yet, do we?
Do we have a date or anything set? I've got to defer to Hatfield on this one. Big trash day?
Put something out in the utility bill. We'll put something out in the utility bill. It has already? Do it again. All right, thank you. Any further trust input?
Make a motion we adjourn to the Dale City Economic Development Authority.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Trustee Dean?
Aye.
Trustee Gandy?
Aye.
Trustee Finch?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are now recessed to the Dale City Economic Development Authority.
This is the Dale City Economic Development Authority. Melissa, will you call roll, please?
Trustee Gandy,
Here.
Trustee Dean,
Here.
Trustee Eason,
Here.
and Chairwoman Finch.
Is there any public input at this time? Nothing. Do we have any trustee input? None. Item 4, minutes. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve minutes of the regular meeting of DCEDA of April 3rd, 2023. Do we hear a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second.
Take a vote. Trustee Gandy?
Aye.
Trustee Dean? Trustee Eason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Item 5, land purchase, 5213 Southeast 15th. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve, deny the purchase of real property located at 5213 Southeast 15th Street, Dale City, Oklahoma, 73115, for an amount of $765,000 plus related closing cost in the amount not to exceed $785,000. Yeah, there's an extra zero there. For economic development purposes.
I make a motion that we approve the purchase of real property located at 5213 Southeast 15th Street, Dell City, Oklahoma 73115, for an amount of $765,000 plus related closing costs in an amount not to exceed $785,000 for economic development purposes.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just to ensure that the way that it's written up, that the closing cost is not going to exceed 20,000, or is it?
Yeah, that's true.
And she's needing us to amend the motions to authorize mayor to endorse same.
Trust manager.
I will amend my motion to authorize the trust manager to endorse same.
And I will amend my second likewise.
Thank you so much. Take a vote. Trustee Gandy?
Aye.
Trustee Eason?
Aye.
Trustee Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. 6, any other trust input? Item 7, adjournment.
Make a motion that we
Back to the council.
adjourn back to the Dell City Council meeting.
Second.
Take a vote. Trustee Gandy?
Aye.
Trustee Eason?
Aye.
Trustee Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you.
We're, take a 15-minute recess. We will reconvene at 7:30. Take a recess. It's hot in here, JD. Melissa, it's hot in here.
There's some seats up front.
Has anybody told Claudia about the trick seat? 7:29. We will resume the regular meeting of the Dale City City Council for April 17th, 2023. We are now back in session, and we are approaching item number 12. City Attorney, are we close enough? Very good. We will resume the meeting at item number 12, induction of council members at 7:30 p.m. Installation by swearing. Yes. Installation by swearing in by Mayor Eason of City Council Member Claudia Brown, Ward 3. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we install by swearing in by Mayor Eason of Council Member Claudia Brown for Ward 3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Motion carries. Ms. Brown, would you meet me at the podium, please? Let me borrow your pen. Oh, that's red. I need another. Are there some at the table? Okay, we will have. Claudia, you've met all the qualifications to serve as a council person for Ward 3. If you would, raise your right hand and repeat after me. Your right hand, yes. I state your name.
I, Claudia Brown,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not knowingly
and that I will not knowingly
receive directly or indirectly
receive directly or indirectly
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or
for
non-performance
the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office
pertaining to my office
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a member of the City of Dale City Council,
as a member of the Dell City Council,
representing Ward 3
representing Ward 3
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
All right, very good. That's the first one. Oh, wait a minute. These were confused here. We did the loyalty. We need the loyalty oath. What have you got? You got loyalty. Okay, we're good. Okay. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Claudia Brown,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and the laws of the United States of America
and the laws of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
that I will faithfully discharge,
that I will faithfully discharge,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
during such time
during such time
as I am a member of the City of Dale City Council,
as I am a member of the City of Dell City Council,
representing Ward 3.
representing Ward 3.
All right. Now we sign. Oh. Okay, you sign on your spot, I'll sign on mine.
Okay. Well, you get the nice pen.
It's mine.
Let me get
Oh, took too long.
my brand new pen from Judge Singleton, thank you.
You write as bad as me. Okay, keep signing.
All right.
That one. Okay, we're gonna take these over and let the city clerk notarize them.
While she's doing that, can I say something?
I don't know, can you?
I want to thank all of you guys for being here, and I
be teaching me as I go, and we will all be just doing amazing things for the city. So I'm super excited. Thank you, guys.
When you're out and about. You ready? Okay, very good. Handshake. The fingers never leave the hand.
I would like to take a minute to congratulate Claudia, but also to congratulate the mayor. He's starting his second 4-year term, and also Michael Dean.
Way. All right, let's resume the meeting. We've completed item number 12. Welcome, Claudia, to the council. And we're up to 21. Is there any further council input? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now adjourned. Just like in the movies.